unofficial Universal Orlando podcast is a member of the Mice Chat Podcast Network. MicePod.com. Now, discover the universe, one theme park at a time.
Greetings, Universal fans! This episode was made possible by Fairy Godmother Travel and the Producers Club. So let's join the gang as we discover more about the Universal Orlando Resort, as well as Universal Studios Hollywood, Japan, and Singapore.
We interrupt this episode of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast to bring you breaking news. Today, Wednesday the 6th of May, Universal Orlando officially announced the news that the newest attraction at Islands of Adventure is to open in the summer of 2016 and will be called Skull Island Reign of Kong. The press release sent out by Universal Orlando today states the new attraction will open in the summer of 2016 at Universal's Islands of Adventure and will be an intense, all-new adventure brought to life in a dramatically themed environment. Skull Island Reign of Kong will pull guests into a powerfully told story where they become part of the next generation of the Kong legend. It begins as guests are transported deep into a wild and mysterious world where their mission is to discover creatures of unknown origin, but where they are soon fighting for their own survival. Their journey will take them through an ancient temple inhabited by hostile natives, a perilous jungle ruled by prehistoric creatures, a foreboding underworld of caves concealing unspeakable terrors, and face-to-face with the colossal Kong himself. So, I'm sure we will discuss this more in depth on next week's show, but for now, we will leave you with the audio from the video that accompanied the announcement.
For the past 25 years, Universal Orlando Resort has been delivering incredible guest experiences. And now we are really excited to announce the brand new attraction called Skull Island Reign of Kong. The new attraction will be located at Universal's Islands of Adventure. And soon, you'll be able to make out the Great Wall with its massive temple gates, which will serve as a beautiful backdrop to our iconic entrance. Once on Skull Island, you'll board revolutionary ride vehicles to begin your expedition, but it quickly turns into a fight for survival as you encounter creatures of unknown origin and even the Great Kong himself. We have massive sets, massive ride vehicles, massive characters and creatures, a massive story. The entire experience is really going to be larger than life.
Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. I'm your host Lee. This is episode 142. Joining me for this show are my good lady wife Tracy.
Hello.
And Darren.
Yo, what's up, Internet? I'm still inebriated.
And Hunter's still
1 week in
yeah.
of my bender.
And Hunter's still at Disney.
Yeah, jeez.
Now fresh off the Halloween Horror Nights excitement. If you haven't listened to the Dead Man's Digest, which should be out by now, it's all the houses and all the scare zones that are currently, I will emphasise the word, currently going to be at Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes.
Everything can change, especially because everything leaked this early. We'll see.
But if it's true, it's awesome.
Yeah, keep it.
Cool. This show, we got quite a few emails recently backing up, so we're just going to go through the email bag and read a few out. There's a few questions and just some bits and bobs and stuff. So, Darren, take it away with the first one.
But first,
I
have a trip report.
Oh.
From me.
Oh.
I was just at the park a week ago.
Yes.
And I have some updates to bring you.
Okay.
I drank fire whiskey.
Okay. Trish, are you listening?
I am.
It was fiery and whiskery. Yeah, it's a lot like the Fireball cinnamon whiskey that's out and that kind of thing, except for it's a little bit sweeter. We tried to shoot a video of it, but it was upside down. So hopefully we'll be able to get that out to the Producers Club so they can see it.
Oh, cool.
of us taking our first shots.
Awesome.
I was going to say the Australian ones will be able to see it, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, so Spencer Salt will be able to see it.
Yeah. But just so you know, it's expensive.
Right.
That's what we didn't talk about last time. For 2 shots, I paid $17.02.
Whoa.
Yes.
Ouch.
That's
So
that's about £11.
Yeah, so it is expensive, and like all shots at Universal, you have to do it right there at the counter. You can't bring it out to go sit at a table and do it. However, a little secret there: if you do want to bring yours out, you have to have it on the rocks.
Right.
Okay.
So if you want it on the rocks, you can walk away with it, but otherwise, you're doing it right at the counter there.
I have heard it's being a bit fluid at the moment, that how they started off serving the fire whiskey isn't necessarily how they're doing it now, so it does seem to be changing day by day.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. They said they can do mixed drinks. We had ours in Hogsmeade, but they said they could do mixed drinks with it, but I don't know. I've had the cinnamon whiskey before, and I can't imagine anything else that it would mix well with to make a good cocktail. It's pretty much a shot liquor.
Okay.
So I would recommend it that way, anyways.
I heard that Seth Kabursky dumped it in, I can't remember if it was a regular or a frozen butterbeer.
Oh yeah.
Apparently he loved it.
Hey, it might work out. We'll see. I'll try that next time for sure. Also, we went on Forbidden Journey and saw the added Dementors in the last scene.
Cool.
So I can tell you that Hunter was correct. Mm-hmm. And they are freaky looking.
Right.
You got like the whole rib cage exposed and everything.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And they kind of have like more of a defined facial features than they did before as well, it seems like. But the one area where you had one Dementor taking your picture for the mist screen, the mist screen wasn't working out well. The mist screen wasn't working, but they had like 4 or 5 extra Dementors behind him.
Right.
So I think they're kind of incorporating the Dementors that they had on the ceiling like back into it. And it did seem a lot more like tense and freaky than the original.
Okay. I've heard that one, because that's the one that looks like it kind of takes your pictures, doesn't it, and projects it on the thing. Yeah, apparently that hasn't been working for a while.
For yesterday anyway.
Yeah, from what I think it was Travis Terrell, he said it hasn't been working for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. And so after that, we took our trip on the Hogwarts Express over to Universal Studios Florida, and we went on. We went and saw Terminator again. With its revamped screen,
and
the transfer is incredible.
Good.
It's really cool. We sat closer up to the front. Now, just so you know, if it's your first time going, you want to sit towards the back because the 3D works a lot better back there. It's still perfectly serviceable in the front, but in the back, but in the front, you have some like kind of like artifacts on either side of the actual 3D effect, like kind of like, just hanging there in space.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely want to get a little bit farther back, but the front affords you a really cool view of the actors on stage.
Okay.
So if you want to go, I'd say go through twice and see, sit in the front and see the actors and how they're doing things, and then in the back and, see everything else, the 3D effects really well. That's
a really good point, actually, because we've never sat that close to the front before.
Yeah, but the new transfer is incredible. It's really good. They definitely took all the, I don't know what you call it, like the, the film aspect out of it and made it look a lot more realistic.
Is it digital, do you know, Darren? Can you tell?
It looks like it is. It might still actually be film, like a better transfer of it. But as far as it looks as good as digital.
Okay.
They didn't have any surveys going on now, but I've heard rumors that they've had surveys going on as soon as people have been leaving, asking about the pre-show and the robots on either side of the stage. And what it was asking them was, is this like an homage to a classic, Universal attraction, or is it like outdated and we need to do something about it?
Okay.
So you might see that like a shortened pre-show or something like that happen soon, because it is outdated.
Yes.
If they asked me, I would say it.
Yeah, I think you can take that whole video out and keep the rest of it.
Yeah.
Do some sort of video presentation, obviously, because you need the point where John and Sarah Connor sort of hack into the system. But yeah, that video.
Well, we've been there, and even when you know what it is, it's like, oh my god, when's this going to end?
It is very
it's
long.
Just,
and
all
then
they're doing is
having the
pushing you
Shaquille
forward and
O'Neal
pushing you
reference in
forward.
there and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a guy that doesn't even play anymore. I always hear people laugh about it, though, to be fair, when I'm in there in the attraction. I see people say, oh, God, that's Shaq. But it doesn't even look like him anymore. He's got a Jerry curl in that old one and everything like that. Like, he actually has hair, period. So, I mean, like, yeah, it's something that could definitely go, and it's very long. We sat on the floor during it on the side last time, the past week when we went. So, so that's that. So yeah, that'll do it.
Cool. On with the emails.
Well, let's start off with the first one here. Hello, UUO podcast team. I fairly recently returned from a trip to Universal Studios Japan, and from Japan in general, as I am now back in Finland.
Oh, Finland.
What was that? This is so cool. Things I found interesting in Universal Japan that I was not entirely prepared for. Requirement of special tickets to actually get to some of the rides like Jurassic Park.
Okay.
You have to line up to get the ticket and then line up again to get into the ride. This was the only way to ride the ride.
Weird.
We did not know anything about that.
That's odd.
Yeah. Express ticket system in Japan that you have to buy separately if you can. Express tickets were actually sold out already 5 days before the visit.
Okay.
Length of lines to many of the attractions was over 3 hours during the day.
Wow.
And some did not let up much until last 2 hours of the day. Jaws had over 2 hours most of the day. I did not remember any of the lines being this impossible in the United States. That's
you don't
true.
often see, unless it's brand new.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking of. But, oh, man. He says they are really crazy about safety of your personal belongings with the California Dream Coaster there. It's almost like a security check, apparently to do with fallen items, like in the U.S. Still wasn't expecting them to check you 2 to 3 times before you get on the ride.
Right.
Yes. Lots of special, he says, temporary, shows like Neon Genesis of Avalon 4D The Real. Do not ask about the name. It's Japanese style to do the titles. Shortest line to an attraction was to backdraft. He said he also learned why.
Because it's crap.
Yeah, apparently. I was not quite prepared for Harry Potter ticket run.
That was the same then. You had to go and get that ticket. It's weird because that's like the old Disney Fast Pass thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm guessing that, the ticket run is probably as soon as the park opens.
Yeah. Run
over there to that one and get your return ticket at that point. Or to get into the attraction at all, it sounds like.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's the normal standby line as you're waiting for a ticket to get in. He says, taste of butterbeer, and that's it.
Well, that's one of the things
I don't know if it was good or bad or what. A little more Japanese. If it's like the Japanese drinks I've had traditionally, it tastes a little sweeter than the traditional form. But yeah, we'll have to ask him about that.
Yeah.
I love to talk to you about Osaka Park. It's something that seems to be featured more rarely in the podcast, which is very true.
Yes.
It's a big mystery over there. I haven't really experienced U.S. parks in a long time, so you'd probably have some information to explain a few things. It could be fun to compare to you guys' knowledge of what they experience, but I do not know how you exactly want to do it, or even if you're interested at all. Yes, we are, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, thanks for the podcast. Cheers. And that was from, I'm gonna butcher this, I'm sorry. It's either Villi or Villa Capilia, or Kaipila.
Jesse, do you know any?
Well, Tooley's Finnish.
Right.
My pen pal's Finnish.
It's Ville.
Sorry?
Ville.
So it could be a V or a W.
Kaipila. Kaipila.
Kaipila? I would guess that.
Villa Kaipila. But yes, definitely. You know, we talked to Shao a little bit about it, didn't he, when he'd been, but focused it more on the Wisdom World. But it sounds like Shao never went into that sort of detail, so that sounds very odd.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be cool to have them on and find out about that.
Definitely, because like you said then, and they said it's not something we cover much on the park because there's not a lot of news out there, and we don't know anyone that lives out there, unfortunately.
And yeah, it's as far as all the Universal parks go, it is definitely the most mysterious Universal park
Vil.
as far as their attractions and everything.
Vil?
Well, I have got the internet at my fingers.
Right.
And it says it's a male name.
There we go then.
So if you are female, we do apologise. I am going on Wikipedia.
Yes,
Which
Wikipedia's
is-
fault.
Not always correct.
Cool.
So
Go on then, Mrs.
let me just get my notes back up. Right. Hello, Lee, Tracy, Darren and Hunter. First, I just wanted to apologise for how long this email got and say how much I love the podcast. Well,
You
That's
can always
fine.
say that.
yes. We went to Universal for the first time in December. Yes, over the dreaded Christmas New Year's week. And I had just barely started listening, but as soon as we got home, we booked our next trip for early May. Good job. We are quite looking forward to some lesser crowds. Yes. In December, my husband and I were with my parents, who I thought could keep up with us, but I guess sometime between booking our trip and actually getting there, they reached a state of elderly I wasn't expecting. So we got to do a lot, but there were also many long lines and that they were not willing to wait in with us. So we didn't get a chance to ride Minion Mayhem, Transformers, Spider-Man or Men in Black. I know, we're terrible. But thankfully we plan on making up for it.
Good.
Or possibly not.
Oh.
As I found out, I was pregnant a month ago.
Well, congratulations.
Huge congratulations. Which is not stopping us from going on the trip. I just know there will be things I cannot do. Obviously, Hulk and Rip Ride Rocket are out of the question. My husband and I have agreed that I'm definitely still doing both of the rides in the Wizarding World because I just can't miss out on those. That's, well,
I have to give that a Marge.
Anyway, let's...
having never been in that position, I don't know, but if she feels that she can do it, informed decisions.
I guess it is ultimately up to you, but
Yeah.
it does expressly state on each one that you are not to ride it if you are pregnant.
Expectant mothers,
But there are a lot of expectant mothers that don't know they're expectant mothers.
This is true.
And can be quite far on, and they're all fine. It's just,
Yes.
it's just the company's protected themselves.
Yeah, it
So-
is the company protecting himself,
Yeah.
but prepare to tell people 3 or 4 times down the line that you are aware of this and you are going on it anyways.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I have seen employees stop people and just make them aware of the situation.
Yes.
So
Well, let's hang fire a second. And now I'm not asking for any expert advice here because what I choose to ride or not ride is completely up to me.
Absolutely.
I completely agree with you. And I have to take and live with whatever risks there may be. But I am curious as to if it was you or your significant other who was pregnant and would be exactly 12 weeks along while you were at the parks, what would you or they ride? Well, the 12 weeks along, she shouldn't really have any problems with staff stopping her because she's not really going to be
Right.
showing too much at that point.
But isn't that supposed to be like the most important?
No, up to 12 weeks. That's your first trimester.
Okay.
That's your,
Iffy state.
yeah.
Okay.
But to be honest, I,
Yeah. In the
If- if-
1800s,
if
women
it's-
were out ploughing fields and doing God
this
knows
is
what.
true. Look, if,
It's right though, isn't it?
if something's not meant to be, it's not
Very
meant
true.
to be, And it's,
It's only the namby-pamby state of today
is,
that says women
absolutely.
shouldn't be doing anything while they're pregnant.
personally, if I was presented with that problem, if I felt all right with myself, no sickness or anything like that, I'd say how I was each, day by
I
day.
think
I'd
that's
say how I would
it, isn't
feel.
it? You ride
Maybe-
something
do you know
that's
what?
that's kind of on the
Start-
border of
I would start-
rough. It's like Transformers or Spider-Man or something
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Build yourself up rather than going
Yeah.
straight in at the deep end.
yeah,
So,
Definitely.
but she says, I'm mostly asking for rides I didn't get to experience. I know Spider-Man Transformers are similar in thrill, so I'm curious as to how bumpy they are.
I think she'd be all right on them.
No
On
worse than
those
public
ones, yeah.
transport.
Yeah.
In fact, I've had worse turbulence on a plane.
They're not bumpy, they're more spinny, aren't they?
yeah. Especially if you have like a bigger person in your lane than you. Like if her husband's going and he's bigger than she is, then the lap bars on those only go down to the biggest person in the
No,
aisle.
there's a good point.
Do you know?
Yeah, so you're not going to get bumped in the stomach or anything like that going on those rides, and for the most
yeah.
part.
I actually think you get thrown around more on The Simpsons than those two rides.
Very true. That was the one I was going to say do not do.
Yeah.
The Simpsons is very herky-jerky, and yeah, there was a little kid sitting next to us on the last time we went, and he was flying all over the place. So
Yeah.
So yeah, that one I would say maybe not. Also, along with Rip Ride Rocket and the Hulk, like she said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Dragon Challenge.
She carries on. And I get the gist that Men in Black is a shooting ride like Toy Story or Buzz at Walt Disney World, but is it very jerky or bumpy? Nope.
Again,
Apart from just that spin
it's
at the
just
end,
a
but it
spin at
goes
the end,
round one. It goes around 3 times, I think.
No, I think it goes more than that. But anyway, it's still only spinning, so it's not a bump. You're not going to get bumped.
No,
it's
there's
not
no
like
bumps.
a stop-start or anything like that, and it's a fairly smooth
yeah.
ride, isn't it?
I think the worst that could happen on that one is you might feel a little queasy, but if you're that way inclined anyway, you would. Because I know Lee sometimes comes off a bit green.
No.
Yeah, and if you're a crack shot and the other car is not, you shouldn't spend that much at all.
Forget about that bit,
Yes. But it's not bumpy at all.
No, it's not bumpy. It's very smooth.
So work on your shooting before you get there.
Yes.
You should have no problem.
Yes.
Also, just so you know, there's one creature that comes up that is actually there's 3 parts to shoot on him. Oh gosh, I don't know how to describe him very well. He looks like a bird. Like his head is like bird shaped, and he's got a full body that looks like he's in like a spacesuit kind of thing. And if you shoot him in all 3, it's like the top, middle, and bottom, then he won't make your car spin.
Okay.
That's something that I've learned on recent visits. So make sure you get him and shoot him out. And you won't have to worry about that.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as rides go, of course the coasters are the most extreme, and then the Simpsons is the roughest. Other than that, I really don't see a problem with any of the other
Forbidden
ones.
Journey, I think the like that shoulder restraint comes down.
She's only be 12 weeks.
That is quite jerky and bumpy about.
That
though,
is
isn't
true.
it?
Yeah,
Alright,
especially when you get towards like the
think-
Whomping Willow
Yeah.
section.
Yeah.
I think with it, though, it's more coasters because they have G-forces.
Yeah. But you don't. I'd be worried about any sort of restraint smacking you in the stomach.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Forbidden Journey would be. I mean, what's it like? What would you say about the Mummy and Gringotts, Darren?
The Mummy. Yeah, you're gonna want to brace yourself with your legs.
Yeah.
Like I do every time I ride it, anyways. Yeah, you're gonna have to have your legs like tightened, especially in 2 sections. One where the scarabs come out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Before you
Yes.
go backwards, and before the launch, you're gonna want to make sure you brace your legs up front as hard as you can, because otherwise you're gonna get jammed right in the stomach and really hard.
That might be one to think about carefully.
Yeah, definitely. And then the other part of the Mummy is the false ending. The false ending stops you very abruptly.
It does. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, and don't ride Flight of the Hippogriff then, because that is virtually a dead stop. That gets me every time.
Yeah.
I'm just quickly running around the parks. See, I don't know about water rides. They're just drops, aren't they? So
Yeah. I mean, of course, it's very hard to talk about this because they put the warnings on those specifically for a reason, I feel. Of course, you're going to make your own decision and do what you want to do, but it's just very iffy for me to talk about it.
So you wouldn't... not that I'm
Personally,
wanting to
no,
scare...
yeah, if I had a spouse that was pregnant,
Yeah.
no, we would not be doing any of the remotely thrill rides for that period of time.
Yeah, I'd be like, I think I'd be overprotective.
I
Whereas
would
I'm
too.
talking from a personal point of view, I'd judge it ride by ride. I'd probably go on some of the what I class lower level ones.
Yeah.
Like a Men in Black, just to see how you get on with it.
For some of them, I don't know. I'm just thinking it's only coasters. Some of them have like you can try the.
No, it's only the
restraints.
coasters. And
Well, they do on
Journey.
Forbidden Journey. So
Yeah, that's still
so
technically a coaster.
Yeah, no. But if she's talking about Forbidden Journey, she could try
Yeah.
and see how that is.
Yeah.
And jostle herself about and feel.
Yeah.
That.
Shrek, Terminator,
Shrek
those-
could.
No.
well, you don't have
The way
they
that
have
throws you
handicapped
about,
spots.
that could do more damage than.
Well, they have handicap spots that don't move
That's
at all.
true.
Get it with Despicable Me, Twister,
Despicable Me, yes.
Disaster, E.T. maybe.
It'd be fine.
Most of the stuff in Zeus Landing.
Yeah, E.T. would be good.
Zeus Landing is a great place to go.
Yeah.
My brain's frozen. There's still plenty to do, even if you don't do
Yeah.
any of the big rides. So anyway, carrying on. So yeah, any advice you have would be lovely and very much appreciated. I was just going to go and figure it out as we went along, but I thought you guys might have something to say that would help us plan our trip. Any other fun things that this pregnant lady could do while I wait for the hubs and our friends to get off the roller coasters? Any yummy foods that the baby, sorry, I don't want to frighten you. I'm sure you are. It is only one that the baby might like. Funnel cake, churros, corn dogs,
Donuts.
Yeah, donuts. Big
Donuts.
pink
Donuts,
lad
yeah.
one, yeah. Any of the ice creams in Diagon Alley.
yeah, butterbeer,
Yeah,
pumpkin juice. It's vegetables, very good for you.
yeah. Anything in Fast Food Boulevard, to be
Yeah,
quite honest. Chicken waffle sandwich, crusty
everything.
burger.
Tacos.
Yeah.
Starving now.
Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
Not Dippin' Dots.
City Walk. Don't forget to explore City Walk.
Mini golf.
Yeah, mini golf. There you go. That's a good few hours
Mhm.
spent playing brilliant mini golf.
Mm-hmm.
Go for a little cruise.
Yeah, on the water
Yeah,
taxis.
go and check out the hotels.
Yeah.
It's that too.
Yeah.
There's plenty of shows, the
there's-
horror makeup.
yeah.
There's the ones in Hogsmeade, the ones in Diagon Alley.
Go and
Yeah,
meet all the characters.
Tons to do the cinematic spectacular, the superstar parade.
Get bump and character photos and start your baby's
Yeah.
first holiday album.
You could.
Yeah, I like that. I'm actually pretty excited to get to take my time and just walk throughout the Wizarding World and all of Universal without the pressure of having to get on every single ride.
Good point.
I'm sure I'll get to see a lot that most people miss in the hustle and bustle.
Absolutely.
All right, something else before I forget. Actually, if there are any of the bigger rides that have good queue lines, nothing's stopping you going through them and then
'cause she could
not
do
riding.
The castle tour through Forbidden Journey if she doesn't do it.
Yeah.
I assume you can do the same on Gringotts, can you, Darren?
Yeah.
Well,
I'd imagine they don't have a specific like breakout area, but they always have an opportunity to leave
Yeah.
if you want to.
they must
They're
have.
not going to force you like, no, you have to go on the
Yeah.
ride now. So
Yeah. I also wanted to chime in that I just finished listening to your episode involving the selfie stick debate.
Uh-oh.
And I'm 100% for banning them. As a professional photographer, many people expect me to constantly want to be taking their photos, whether on vacation or their kid's birthday party or holidays. I'm always asked why I don't have my camera. It's because I firmly believe that sometimes we should disconnect and just enjoy a moment. Yes, photos of your family on your vacation are great, but you only need so many. Very good point.
agreed.
Yep.
You should want your children to think back and imagine your smiling face next to theirs on the ride, not missing the substance of the ride or show because they were too busy with their camera, iPad, GoPro, selfie stick concoction. I love my laptops and smartphones just as much as the next person, but it's so much fun on vacation to disconnect and enjoy the moments. I love that I got to actually see the dragon breathe fire at Gringotts instead of focusing on getting a picture of it, or that I got to actually watch Beauty and the Beast live at Disney World instead of missing it like the guy a few feet down with his iPad whose little girl had the cutest mesmerised look on her face, which he also missed. Anyhow, that's just my opinion. Rant over.
Good point, though.
Lastly, I wanted to say that I got to try all 4 butterbeer options in December, and I just don't know how many people... I'll start speaking again. And I just don't know how people choose. I'm definitely retrying them in May and coming to a definitive conclusion, though I'll keep you posted. Thank you so much for all you do and for making this podcast so much fun to listen to. P.S. I also never rode Terminator. Gosh, I think that's all. Alex Bracken.
I will actually have to make sure and find out when she's actually going, because she said early May. And this will be coming out at about the 7th of May, so I need to find out when she's going.
Yeah.
And maybe get this out to her early.
Yeah. That was a really good email.
Interesting. Yeah, it's not something... I don't know.
Yeah.
You never know, Darren. You might
Yeah.
have to heed your advice soon.
I would just like to preempt this, though, by I don't want any people seeking her out and sending ranty opinions, because I know how people can sometimes.
Well, no, that's why
be-
she put in there. At the end of the day, it is her decision.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And everyone has a different opinion of
They
what they
do,
feel
but
they should and shouldn't do.
no,
but-
and I'm not saying people shouldn't, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
nobody come in ranting, because It doesn't create a good atmosphere.
Well,
So-
speaking of giving people advice in the parks, if you remember quite a few episodes ago, we got an email from Claire who had trouble seeing 3D images.
Oh, yes.
And she got back to us and she said, first off, we did have a wonderful time. Your podcast really helped us to prioritise and plan things so that we had no issues at all. We will definitely go back. The listener with a similar eye issue as mine was spot on. I was able to see everything perfectly well in 2D. Frankly, I was shocked that this was the case, as it never has been in the past. Things looked about the same for me with or without the park-provided glasses, and if I closed one eye, it was sometimes slightly better. Blurry, but certainly nothing like the overlapping images I'm used to seeing when things are 3D. The glasses for use with movie theatre technology didn't make a difference. Clearly, the technology they're using must be completely different. We didn't get to see Despicable Me or Shrek, so I can't speak to the 3D in use there. We did see the Terminator, and the technology there seems to be the old style, which for me never resolved into a single image, but does actually create a 3D effect. That might have changed now with the new film that they've put on there. I wonder if that would affect things. One thing I did want to note about the visuals on the 3D rides, the images looked a bit blurry, not just me, but also to my husband, and this was affirmed by people we spoke to in line. The worst by far was Gringotts, where, for as clear as the image was, they might as well have gotten stand-in actors. The clearest 3D image you saw in the park were in what's probably the oldest 3D attraction, Terminator. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, as the people around us seem to confirm our experience, but the employees we spoke to did not. The Forbidden Journey was by far our favourite ride, and we rode it several times each day we were in the park. Gringotts was closed most of the time we were there. She was probably there when that accident happened.
Yeah.
We were quite lucky to have decided to wait in line on our first evening there, or we would have missed it completely, as it was closed for the next 2 days. We also really enjoyed The Mummy, The Simpsons, and Men in Black. It seems to me that the Transformers ride suffers most from lack of 3D capacity. While we did see the rest of the park and enjoyed some of it, for us at least, it really pales in comparison to the Wizarding World. There's a feeling of worn-out desperation and trying too hard in the rest of the park that hard to overcome, especially for folks who don't really enjoy roller coasters. When advising others, I definitely warn them not to plan on spending much time in other areas of the park. My biggest quibble was definitely the thumbprint readers. I struggled every morning just to get into the park, and every time we went between parks, but my husband never had any issues. Work in the Jurassic Park area is clearly underway and was visible from some areas of Cabana Bay. Overall, Cabana Bay was the perfect choice for us since we didn't need the express pass, which is the only reason why it would be the reason we would stop there. Because I would love to stay at Cabana Bay, but I need that express pass.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful hotel with a perfectly executed theme. We never had to wait for a bus to the park in the morning, and only once for less than 5 minutes when returning at the end of the day. We had dinner one night at Cabana Bay due to being just too tired for anything else, and we'd avoid that in the future. The options were pretty pedestrian stuff and rather recklessly prepared. As you would expect, Cowfish and Emeralds both provided vastly superior meals. Breakfast at the Three Broomsticks and the Leaky Cauldron were acceptable, but mostly in the park we stuck to butterbeer and ice cream from Florian Fortescue's. You've got one vote for regular butterbeer and one vote for hot. What amazingly delicious stuff in all its forms. Thank you again for all your gracious help and concern, Claire.
I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with Claire on the rest of the park.
I agree.
Yes. At no point do I ever feel an air of desperation with the rest of the park. Sure, Universal and Comcast are working on improving some of the old attractions and taking out some of the old attractions to put in new attractions. But at no point do I feel like there's any kind of desperation on the side of the parks. I feel like they have a really strong lineup every time I go. I mean, I have an annual pass, and I go all the time. And there's no point where I feel bored in any other part of the park, and there's a lot of times when we don't even go to Diagon Alley or Hogsmeade. It could be because, I have a lot of nostalgic memories from the past, but yeah, no, I personally don't feel that.
You can understand that people coming into it from being recent visitors will look at Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley and compare it to the rest of the park. And yeah, it's shiny new, and the rest of it kind of isn't. And there are areas of both parks that could do with some freshening up. But I think to advise people not to go to other parts of the park, I think it's doing it a disservice.
Also, people have to make up their own minds.
Yeah.
Don't forget
that is a majority of the parks there.
Yeah.
And don't forget that there's a reason why we are doing a podcast as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely Claire's opinion. No, that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. As Andy from Real Fans says, everyone has their opinion, even if it's wrong.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I can show an appreciation for at least for every attraction that's there.
Yeah.
And I personally enjoy most of them, and we try to get in as many as we can every time we go. So yeah, being that Forbidden Journey and Gringotts don't have the express queues, that really makes a difference to us as annual pass holders. That get express after 4:00.
Yeah,
that makes a big difference. And there's a lot of times when like I said, when we don't go to those at all. We go to every other attraction in the park besides those ones for the express pass. But everything else definitely has its own merits, and I definitely enjoy everything. Harry Potter areas are excellent. They're themed incredibly well, I could say, compared to the other areas of the park. But the other areas of the park are specifically themed to look like a movie studio.
Yes.
And if you've ever seen like an actual movie studio in progress, the outsides of the areas aren't what's going on. It's the insides that count.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could do with some additional theming and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Of course, anywhere that you can always improve on that kind of thing. But for the most part, I like everything they have there, and I don't want them to change it up too much.
No, because it's that thing, isn't it, where what they're doing now is highly themed and highly immersive areas, and then when you compare it to the other places that were built when that wasn't the priority, then it's going to jar a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, thanks for getting in touch, Claire. I'm glad you still enjoyed yourself. It was that thing with the not being able to see in 3D. I'm glad it didn't hamper your visit at all.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, well, we should take a quick break and then we'll be back.
Diagon Alley is open at Universal Studios Florida, and we know all you witches and wizards can't wait to visit. So let our friends at Fairy Godmother Travel deal with the muggles in resort reservations. They are Universal Parks and Resort specialists, as well as an authorised Disney vacation planner, and their service is free to you. From the new Cabana Bay Hotel to those other hotels run by a mouse, Fairy Godmother Travel can book all your Orlando area vacation needs. And make sure to let them know you heard about them because of UUOP, because every UUOP referral helps us continue to bring you the best Universal coverage. Contact them today by phone on 832-284-4002 or toll free 888-939-642539 or go to fairygodmothertravel.com. Let Fairy Godmother Travel make your next vacation magical.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, and we'll carry on with another email from Darren. Not from Darren, but Darren.
Read by Darren.
Okay, this one says, "Hi guys, many congratulations on reaching the 4-year mark. This show brightens my Saturday morning bike rides every week. It's released on a Friday over here, and I have to stop myself from listening immediately in order to enjoy it in peace. But more importantly, you all reignited my passion for the Universal Parks as soon as I discovered the show. My wife and I visited Orlando every year between 2001 and 2007, and our first day each year would be spent in Islands of Adventure without fail."
Good.
Yes. However, over the years, I don't think I'm alone in saying that the overall quality and feel of the parks was diminishing somewhat.
Yeah.
There didn't seem to be the care or attention paid to the parks that there so obviously has been in recent years, and to be completely honest, we had started to fall a little out of love with them by the last visit. After that 2007 trip, during which we got married, we were emigrating, and we knew it would be quite some time before we'd get back to Universal. And as sad as it is to admit it, we weren't heartbroken about it. After moving to New Zealand, we didn't leave the country for 3 years, but once we were satisfied that we'd seen enough of this beautiful place that we wouldn't feel guilty about going on holiday elsewhere, we knew we'd be taking our newborn son back to England and stop off in Orlando on the way back here. This is where the dilemma that we never thought we'd deal with presented itself. We weren't sure we'd be able to make our single income stretch far enough to get Universal tickets. We had non-expiry tickets for Disney that we thought we'd be enough for the week-long stay. Don't judge us. But having paid very little attention to the place for 3 years, we didn't think that we'd regret it too much. We'd have a lovely week and thought no more of it. Yeah. Fast forward to the beginning of 2012, and we decided that we were due another trip back home in 2014. Again, we decided that we'd obviously stay in Orlando, this time for 2 weeks, and that we had the discussion about whether or not we'd miss Universal if we didn't go. This is where you guys come into the story.
Dun, 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 dun.
In the interest of fairness, I thought I'd better do a bit of research into the current state of the Universal Resort. I downloaded the available early episodes of the show and binge listened to them. Within 24 hours, I knew that we absolutely had to go back to Universal. The passion, excitement, and enthusiasm that came from you all resonated with me in a massive way, and I dived headfirst into any Universal-related information I could get my hands on from that point. I worked my way through a couple of dozen episodes in a very short space of time, and your show quickly became my favorite podcast by a mile. Woo. As I listened to the Walk the Walk segments, I felt that I could see everything you were describing for the first time in years.
Even, I bet he didn't for Kids Zone, because I think when we did that, we were peeing ourselves laughing for the entire 45 minutes, and none of us had been anywhere near that area of the park.
I honestly think we were leaning more towards not going to Universal before I found the show. The holiday in September 2014 quickly came around, and I can safely say that you all contributed to making me more excited than ever to go back to Orlando. I'm sure you must hear regularly from people, but as we were in and around the parks, I'd often see or hear things that reminded me of the show, and we would think about how you'd enhance not only the countdown to the holiday, but the experience we had in Universal itself. And now when I listen to the show, I can think about the incredible time that we had as a family there last year, and how some of the happiest moments I've ever experienced were in the 2 Universal parks. Just me, my wife, and our boys. As a tiny token of my appreciation for all that you do, I was delighted to join the Producers Club this year, and I would urge anyone who is considering it to join up and help to ensure that the podcast that we all love continues to grow and improve. Happy 4th birthday, UUOP. Here's to many, many more. And that was from Spencer.
That was lovely.
Yeah.
Aww.
Lee, are you crying?
No, I'm not.
Sure.
Actually, no, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, we know Spencer. I think Spencer was actually in the chat room for our live show.
He was, yeah, all the way from New Zealand. He made it home.
Wow. So far in our emails, we've had someone from the US, someone from Finland, and someone from New Zealand.
International show.
But yes, he's right. It's not too late. You can still join the Producer Club.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yes.
But no, that's great to think that we really influenced their trips. Mm-hmm. And I agree with what he said. I know when we took the kids for the first time in 2009, I went so excited to show those parks off to the kids, and I was disappointed by it. It did look
you
very...
saw them through different eyes as well.
It was just dull, and it didn't have the atmosphere, and it really did feel down on its luck.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that holiday.
Disney was our favourite. We came out and like the 4 Disney parks were our favourite parks that trip. Mm-hmm. Which is weird.
Yeah, but the next trip they weren't.
No, now they're not at all.
No, they're not at all. No.
They kind of barely register on there at the moment.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Spencer.
Right, I've got one. Hello, UUOP team. Jordan Midson here, again, with another question that needs your expertise. As we all know, Universal owns the right to use the Marvel characters within their theme parks. However, the contract that Universal has with Marvel is that Universal can keep the brand if they remain to keep the land updated, clean, looking fresh, and basically keeping the island representing the Marvel characters to the justice they deserve. So what do you guys think? Do you think Universal has done that, or do you think Marvel should cross over to Disney as soon as they can? Thank you for your response. Bye! Well, I don't think Disney should get anything. I think going north.
Yeah.
I would like to see it spruced up a bit. And freshened, maybe some fresh things in it.
I don't know what they
But-
can do with it, though. That contract's so awkward. It's what
I know.
can they do? They're not allowed to put anything new in, as far as I'm aware.
Right.
So I think they can only do up what's in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, personally,
Yeah, they're not going to get anything new.
No.
No.
You can guarantee that. And we saw that clearly with Guardians of the Galaxy with all the merchandise they're selling, near Mission Space and everything at
Yeah.
Disney. It's unfortunate because to have it segmented like that, I think that's a pain, especially with the new attractions, like the Avengers and things coming out. They can't retheme the Hulk or, do anything to enhance that tie-in with the Avengers, which is very important, I feel,
Yeah.
Yeah.
with this new fleet of Marvel movies coming out. Of course, they couldn't have anticipated that at any time when they signed the rights away to
No.
Universal back in the day. To be honest, I would actually like to see them break away from it because I know sooner or later it's going to happen, and I would like to see them get ahead of it and just take it out and retheme. I would go DC.
I was going to say DC.
It was on the table for Islands of Adventure when the first plans were made.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, you wouldn't have to retheme too much because everything happens in New York, as we were saying the other day.
Yeah.
Don't
There's
go
a
to
hell
New
of a lot
York.
of superheroes
yes.
flying around New York, by the way.
They're obviously rubbish because there's still a lot of crime.
Yeah, and
So, yeah,
from what it seems with the new Suicide Squad, Batman versus Superman, all the DC movies coming out,
Yeah,
we'll have to see whether or not they're, they turn out to be what they are. But Universal has always seemed to me to be the more adult theme park,
Yeah.
Yes, and
as
DC's
opposed to
the more
Disney.
adult of the two.
And
Comics.
yeah, and the comics
franchise.
are definitely with the new. What I'm going to say it wrong. I'm going to get bashed by comic book fans. It's the new 72, the new 42. What is it?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I want to say 62 for some reason.
the new 52. I think it's a 52.
9.
Yeah,
have
sure.
no
One
idea.
of those ones.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like with the nature of the new comic books coming out, everything is getting a lot darker.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah, me too.
Joker literally has his face stitched on. He can take it off at any time, and in one particular instance, put it on Batman.
Okay.
That seems more like Halloween Horror Nights realm.
Yeah, but I mean, like being that the more adult theme thing, I would enjoy it personally more. I know they have to cater to all audiences, but I would really like to see DC take over the superhero island.
No, I think it's a perfect fit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said there, exactly what you said there, in fact, Darren, the fact that darker nature would suit Universal more because it's a little bit more edgy and Universal are a bit more edgy. Let Disney do their family-friendly whatever they want to do with it.
Yeah. Of course, this is going to take extreme reconstruction throughout Marvel and those different areas. And being that the park's open year-round, there's going to be a time when a huge chunk of the park is not going to be available to guests.
It's like you've got two options with it, haven't you? They re-theme it as it is and literally just like give the Hulk a coat of paint, make it Superman coaster, or change out Spider-Man and make it like the Suicide Squad Batman thing, or literally drop the whole thing and start from scratch.
And take down Toon Lagoon as well and make it a huge area.
Yeah,
'Cause
that would be great.
There's a lot of material there.
Well, because that was the thing, wasn't it? Originally, Toon Lagoon was going to be Gotham, and Marvel Superhero Island was Metropolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I still think that could definitely work
Yeah.
out. Now, incorporating the water rides into those might be a little tricky.
Well, the Hobbit's going in there, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. It always seems to be raining in these movies, so
Which ones?
any of the dark DCs.
Yeah,
There's always a lot of rain, so
Was
Flash
raining a lot
floods.
in that Batman Superman trailer.
Yeah.
That's
So-
Florida weather in the summer.
But yeah, it is an interesting question. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I think we're going to see a lot of big changes around Marvel Superhero Island, though.
Oh, it's inevitable.
Yeah, that's especially with Spider-Man getting. This is rumored as of now, but Spider-Man being incorporated into the Avengers timeline.
Yeah,
I am not particularly happy about that.
I am, because what Fox have done, or Sony, whoever it is, have done with him. I'd rather see someone who knows what to do with superheroes in it. But the rumor is he's going to be incorporated into Captain America: Civil War at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, and from what I've heard, Avengers: Age of Ultron, the post-credits roll, features Spider-Man as well.
Nope.
Unless there was a second one.
Whedon said that it wasn't real.
We didn't see. We watched unless there was 2 end of credit scenes. There wasn't in the one we saw.
Oh, okay.
Oop.
Oh yeah, I forgot that already came out there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, by the time this comes out, it's probably out over there as well.
No, yeah.
But yeah, DC is the obvious choice. But again, the Six Flags parks have some sort of a deal with DC.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an exclusive deal or not, but they definitely have. They've got the Spider-Man coaster, the Batman coaster. I mean, not Spider-Man, Superman.
Yeah, there's a Riddler one somewhere.
Riddler one, Batman one. Yeah, so.
And then you think, what is it? Who's just at what's the big trade show that was held in Orlando last year? IAPA. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
The Justice League ride that Sally did.
Oh, yeah.
There's that as well. So I don't, there's that all comes into it because that's not like exclusive for anybody.
I have a water ride for you.
Aquaman.
Penguin. Is in the sewers.
Okay. We haven't had
There you
Penguin
go.
in the new film for a while, though, have we?
So,
Anyway.
there you go.
DC seems the obvious choice.
Yeah,
Does.
definitely.
Cool.
All right. Well, we have a spew story from Sam Radon.
There you go.
Hey UUOP, I'm Sam and I live near Cambridge in the UK. Love your podcast, always look forward to its release every week. I joined the Producers Club this year and I'm really enjoying that too. I actually have a story to tell you about a team member that went the extra mile. We were walking through the queue at Revenge of the Mummy and my sister was out front. What she didn't see, however, was the attendant skulking in the shadows of the queue. I did, and he signalled to me to be quiet. He followed us out the whole queue until the stairs, jumped out and scared my sister. I've never heard her scream so loud. As a brother, you can imagine my delight at this happening. Anyway, love the parks, love Universal, keep up the good work.
I didn't think they did that anymore.
I love that.
The Mummy employees are always the best, I swear. With the thumbs down at the beginning of the ride and everything like that. I always see them going the extra mile to make sure their attraction is extra creepy.
They're definitely the most evil of the employees.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
That's good that they still do that in the queues as well.
Yeah, and when we were there this like the past week there, I saw one of the guys talking to someone else that was already on the attraction. We were waiting in line. We were like on the next vehicle, so we were sitting there in the queue, and I heard him saying, "You're not going to get out of this alive, right?" to the lady in the back, because she already looked like visibly shooken by the whole thing.
Oh, no.
So as she went by, he's just like stopped, and then the vehicle stopped because they have the dual tracks that have to switch back and forth. So he just kept it going. He's like, yeah, this is the end for you, right? So it was pretty great. Okay, so of course, SPEW stands for the Society for the Promotion of Employee Well-Dones. So you can send your stories of team members that have gone out of their way to make your trip extra special. Send them to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com or speakpipe.com/uuopodcast.
Yeah, so we need some because that's the first one we've had for quite a while, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. We do. Right. They say he can down a frozen butterbeer in one and get no brain freeze. They say he drinks his regular butterbeer through a straw. They say he combined his butterbeer with pumpkin juice and created a hillbilly brew called Bumpkin Fizz. I'm rather proud of that one. All we know is he's the popcorn doctor. So hello, podcast crew. It's been a while since I've written in, and I apologise for missing out on the 4th anniversary episode. By the way, congratulations. I've mostly been absent from the show this past year due to my professional life becoming busier and the many, many, many hours I devoted to the book I co-authored with my friend. I don't have much more to chime in with, but I'll say this. Although this podcast has been running a cutthroat butterbeer race and Tracy's been championing pumpkin juice, my personal favourite pot of beverage has to be the tongue-tying lemon squash.
Okay.
Talk to you later, the Popcorn Doctor.
Aww.
I haven't heard of that one.
I've never gotten it because it looks like it tastes a lot like lemonade, and that just makes me thirstier,
Okay.
especially in the hot Florida sun. So,
I
haven't tried that one yet, but
I love lemon.
Where's that, Darren? Can you get that? Is it just the leaky cauldron, or can you get it from the hopping pot as well?
I believe you can get it from the hopping pot. I don't know if you can get it in the leaky cauldron, actually.
Okay.
So,
There's
yeah,
lots and
definitely
lots
in
of
Diagon
drinks.
Alley exclusive, though.
Lots
Try
of
that
drinks
one.
in Diagon Alley, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, there's dragons and lots of heat. First
Yeah,
place.
very true.
Yeah, but it's in London. It's cold.
Dragon, heat.
London, cold.
Stop it. I'll feed you to the dragon.
Things are different in the wizarding world.
They
Yes.
are. Thank you, Darren.
Yes.
I can feel someone disappearing into a vanishing cabinet.
Well, that is going to do it for this episode. So, if you've got any questions or comments or spews or butterbeer preferences, or we haven't had any live reports from the park for quite a while, you can, of course, email them to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. Or if you want us to play your little messages on the show so we can hear them, you can go to speakpipe.com/UUOpodcast. Stop taking the P. Just because I missed the C out, it actually says speakpipe.com/UUOpodcast. On your phone or your tablet or whatever, just all you need is a microphone, and record them there, and we'll play them on the show, and we'd much rather hear your voices than ourselves reading them out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I'm going to try and remember everyone. Darren, Tracy, the absent Hunter, Alex, Claire, Sam, Jordan, Spencer, what was the first one? Veal, the Popcorn Doctor. What did you say? How would you pronounce it again? Veal.
Phil.
Popcorn.
And the and the Popcorn Doctor. I've been Lee, and this has been the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
Well, that wraps up another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. Just search the word UUO Podcast. We'd love to hear from you, so if you've seen something hilarious in the parks, let us know for our Funny Schmidt segment. And if you've had a great experience with a team member, we want to hear about that too. So to get in touch with us, email us at podcast@uuopodcast.com or record us a message at speakpipe.com/UUOpodcast. Please subscribe to us on iTunes and rate and review the show. That would be amazing. Not an Apple user? No problem. You can find us on Stitcher, at uuopodcast.libsyn.com, as well as many other podcast apps. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, Fairy Godmother Travel, for all your Universal vacation needs. Head over to our partner site, micechat.com, for even more theme park news, and check out micepod.com. So until next time, be adventurous.
This has been a MicePod.com presentation.
Nice chat.